in this material plane, we have not shown spiritual master. So that should be important, should be added.
The spiritual master, they didn't make you cut down this tree.
Yeah.
Because spiritual master, that dharma is not shown in the tree. Correct? This is a tree of attachment, a tree of illusion. Spiritual
Okay,
master will say, cut this tree. Otherwise, he will not take sword and cut down the tree.
yeah.
We are very much attracted to this world. And Guru is, spiritual master is not part of this world. How do you say?
Okay.
How do you answer this question? How do you answer? He said, why spiritual master is not there? Spiritual master is not part of the material world. No? He is part of the spiritual world. Okay? You're talking about Prabhupada. He belongs to the spiritual world. And he will say, cut this illusion. What do you want to add something? Or
maybe you can send a question to the person who drew the picture.
Yes. Okay. Chalo, we continue back to the shloka. So we have done the first two shlokas last time. And let us go back. Present to everyone. And second also we did. We go to the third one. Yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Arupamasyeha tathopalabhyate.
Arupamasyeha tathopalabhyate.
Nanto chadi nasa sampratishtha.
Nanto chadi nasa sampratishtha.
Ashwatthamenam suvirodhamulam.
Ashwatthamenam suviruddhamulam.
Asanga shastrena dhrinena chitva.
Asanga shastrena
dhrinena chitva.
Tatah padam tad parimargitavyam.
Parimargitavyam.
Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha.
Yasmin gatana nivartanti bhuyaha.
Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye.
Tameva chadyam purusham prapadye.
Pravitti prasritta purani.
Yata pravitti prasita purani.
We cannot perceive in this world. No one can understand where it ends, where it begins, or where it's founded. But with determination, one must cut down this tree with a weapon of detachment. For doing so, one must seek the place from which having once gone, never returns. And there surrender to the Supreme Personality Godhead from whom everything has begun and in whom everything is abiding since time immemorial. Yes, we read the purport. Yes, Preeti Mataji, you want to try?
Yes, Prabhu. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is now clearly stated that the real form of this banyan tree cannot be understood in this material world. Since the root is upwards, the extension of the real tree is at the other end. No one can see how far the tree extends, nor can one see the beginning of this tree. Yet one has to find out the cause. I am the son of my father is the son of such and such person, etc. By searching in this way, one comes to Brahma, who is generated by Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Finally, in this way, when one reaches to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, that is the end of the research work. One has to search out that origin of this tree, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, through the association of persons who are in the knowledge of that Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then by understanding, one becomes gradually detached from this false reflection of reality, and by knowledge one can cut off the connection and actually become situated in the real tree. The word asanga is very important in this connection because the attachment.
Kriti, Hare Krishna. We'll do this part
Yes, Prabhu.
first. Okay?
Yes, Prabhu.
Otherwise, a long purport. We'll try like this. Okay, so what Prabhupada is saying here, it's not easy to understand. Shloka says, cannot really perceive. No one can know where it ends, but we can try our common sense. Prabhupada says what? Life comes from life. Okay, life comes
What
from
comes
life.
from
You have a father, he has a
life
father.
comes from.
We reach whom? Brahma. Brahma reached Krishna. So we can understand. Then Prabhupada is saying, and then through the association of the persons, we in a good association, because in association only things develop. That's what we are also doing now. Yeah? Faith develops in association. If you go alone in certain place and you sit down, you will lose all the faith. Therefore, it's a never lose association. Prabhupada never leave association of devotees. Faith develops in good association. So through the association of person and knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what happens? We become
We
detached
develop
from.
attachment.
Correct. We develop the detachment from the false reflection of reality. And then we can cut off. Yeah. Anything you wanted to see on this para?
You want to say? You can say that stages that I discussed, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, the stages.
So we become interested in spiritual life, understanding God is there, Supreme Personality of Godhead. So you go to his devotees, correct? We take association with them and then we develop. You are saying they develop through Shraddha Sadhu Sangha, correct? And another nivritti is
Yes,
cutting
Prabhu.
down this tree. Yeah, in one way we can say another nivritti cutting down this tree. Yes. Who wants to read next? You continue, Preeti Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu. The word asanga is very important in this connection because the attachment for sense enjoyment and lording it over the material nature is very strong. Therefore, one must learn detachment by discussion of spiritual science based on authoritative scriptures, and one must hear from persons who are actually in knowledge. As a result of such discussion in the association of devotees, one comes to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then the first thing one must do is to surrender to him. The description of that place whence going no one returns to this false reflected tree is given here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the original root from whom everything has emanated. To gain favor of that personality of Godhead, one has only to surrender, and this is a result of performing devotional service by hearing, chanting, etc. He is the cause of this extension of this material world. This is already explained by Lord himself. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. I am the origin of everything. Therefore, to get out of the entanglement of this strong banyan tree of material life, one must surrender to Krishna. As soon as one surrenders on to Krishna, he becomes detached automatically from this material extension. Very nice.
Yeah. So, Manoj or Lavanya Mataji, you like to say something? Any point you can understand?
What I understood is, Prabhu, first, after once we accept someone to be our spiritual master, first we have to completely surrender unto him and hear from him and learn from them, so that we can gradually develop love or affection towards Krishna, and then we have to completely surrender to Krishna, so that we can get detached from this material world.
Correct. Now, what is it? Asanga is very important.
What is the Sangha?
Preeti, you like to say on that? I marked it red.
Yes, Prabhu, you want to
Yeah,
say?
red. How it is? How do you? Any
It's
realization?
not.
Prabhu, Prabhupada has said many times, what is the definition of a devotee? What is the definition of a Vaishnava? As stated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Asat Sangha Tyagi, Sa Vaishnava Achara. Prabhu, am I right?
Yeah.
So we have to give up the association of
Asasanga
non-devotees.
tyaga. Asasanga tyaga, e
Yes.
Vaishnava. Trisangi eka Krishna Bhaktara. The behavior of a Vaishnava is asasanga. He gives association of asat people. And what is the definition of asat people? Three. He is interested in opposite sex. and he is a devout enemy of Krishna. Krishna Bhakta. He hates Krishna. Such people we keep away. We don't assume. Because they're interested in too much in sense enjoyment. It's like nowadays what happens, they only talk about women, correct? Or they're always very envious of the Lord. Such people, we may have to, behaviorally we meet, but we don't associate with them. We don't do the 6 exchanges of devotion service. You read Nectar of Instruction, we are having class on that every Saturday evening. It is such a fun. 1.5 hour, I'm not able to do one shloka. Just imagine. So,
Oh, really? I read the book in 2 days.
huh?
Maybe I didn't understand. I've read Prabhu. I'm reading Nectar of Devotion. So,
It's a beautiful
but
book.
yes, I would love.
Okay, so
Yes,
attachment
Prabhu.
for sense enjoyment, lording it over. How do you say it is very strong?
Prabhu, in Nectar of Devotion lecture only I heard this morning only. Prabhupada was saying that the false ego um, of the soul is so strong that it keeps it tied to the material world. It is so strong that it is like I factor is there. I've heard from other sannyasis that okay, I'm a devotee, Krishna is there, so spiritual master is there, Vaishnavas are there, but I'm also there. So the I factor is very strong that it keeps us here. It does not let us go in the sense that I want to be the enjoyer.
Now, Manoj, Priti has so many realizations now.
Yeah,
No, I
Prabhuji.
don't have
Yeah, very
realization. I
nice.
heard it.
I saw Manoj. It's
I've
okay.
heard
Yeah.
it. I don't
Okay.
know.
Nice. The attachment to sense and lording it over material nature is very strong. In fact, that is why we are here. And those devotees, when we are introspective, we can actually see. We can always see that and only can be cut off by. Prabhupada says, just surrender. You know,
Hearing and chanting.
he says how many times he says surrender. You see that? He says first thing is one must do is surrender to him. And then again, get to the interval, one thing is just surrender. Prabhupada always says just surrender to Krishna. What are the 6 principles of surrender? Lavanya Mataji, do you know?
Principles. I don't know.
Preeti Mataji knows, I think.
Sharing.
Prabhu, is it the association of
Association.
devotees?
No.
Associating?
6.
Oh,
Anukulya sankalpa, pratikulya vivarjanam. Whatever Krishna likes, we accept it.
yes.
Okay? So you want to watch a movie, but Krishna doesn't like. You don't watch. Surrender. That is called surrender. And then what is the next thing? You don't want something. You don't want to get up in the morning, but Krishna wants it. Get up. 2. What is the third thing? You accept Krishna as a master. Then you accept Krishna as a master. And then Krishna as my guide. Okay? And the third one was Krishna as a master and protector. Fourth one, Krishna is my guide. You always refer to him as a guide. Then fifth, always be meek and humble in front of Krishna. Always we are so small in front of Krishna. And then 6, have no desire other than desire of Krishna. That is surrender. So surrender doesn't mean jaake namaskar kar diya. Surrender means basically I obey Krishna and I respect him as the Supreme Lord. That is surrender. And I want to surrender means just like a finger surrenders to the body. Actually, a small child, Robert gives an example, is always happy and laughing. Why? Because surrender to the parents. But he doesn't know his parents are not in full in control. You know, they're limited. When he grows up, the smile goes away because he knows his parents cannot help him. Here in the college, they are harassing him. Parents cannot help him. Correct? The company is harassing you. Your parents can't help you. The smile goes away. But he doesn't know if he surrenders to Krishna, he can again start laughing. Because he knows Krishna is in complete control. So he's saying one must surrender to Krishna. And by surrender to Krishna, as soon as one surrenders unto Krishna, you get detached automatically from his material existence. So it's true, but Lavanya says we cannot directly surrender to Krishna, we surrender to a Acharya, we surrender to Prabhupada. And through Prabhupada, we surrender to Krishna. Dasa, dasa, anudasa, dasa, anudasa, dasa, anudasa is Guru Parampara, the 32 people. 32 times you can say dasa, dasa, anudasa, dasa, anudasa, dasa. Absolute surrender. There are Paramahamsa. Anybody else? depending on his level of. It's like we are sometimes in devotion service, sometimes we are not in devotion service. That is conditional. But to Acharya, it is absolute. Understand? Suppose you want to do something for Krishna, I definitely like to participate in it. But if you want to do self gratification, I'll go away. You understand? It is conditional. Anybody else is on condition. He's serving proper, yes, you want to be part. But otherwise, it's okay. But Acharya is absolute, total surrender. Prabhupada says the first thing is surrender. So here from people who are in knowledge, so we are reading Bhagavad Gita, association of Srila Prabhupada, and moment we understand, come to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, correct? We have an understanding. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We didn't know this. We are searching for origin. My origin, we should be inquisitive. My father, mother, it's a relative truth. Going, what's the absolute truth from which everything has come? When you understand through the association of devotees, it is Krishna, what does the person do? If he has understood, he is yes, my Lord. Huh? I belong to you. I'm your property. First thing is one must surrender to him. And how surrender happens, you see that to gain favor of Supreme Personality, one only has to surrender. And how does it? This is a result of performing devotion service by hearing, chanting, etc. When you're nicely chanting, you're reading Bhagavad Gita, if it is properly going on, you see the surrender keeps increasing. How do you know? You're advancing your spiritual life. Our surrender improves. Yes, Preeti, anything more on surrender in the realizations you have?
Prabhu, I heard one of the lectures, not Prabhupada, but Prabhupada disciples, they were saying that when we are offering prayers and sometimes we feel proud that we know so many Vedic scriptures, we know so many Sanskrit verses. He said the way to become humble is, and that enhances the surrender, is that when a child starts to talk uh, at age like 9 months, 10 months, how do they talk? Mama, Baba, Dada, and the parents feel so happy that my child is, trying to talk to me. The same way when we pray to Krishna, we are only doing Mama, Baba, Dada, and the Krishna is feeling happy that at least you have come to me. So instead of becoming very proud to, because this may be one of the anarthas coming when in the process of surrender, that I am better than others because I have realized that Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that person is not better. But the way to counteract that feeling is to always remember that we are only doing Mama, Baba, Tada in front of Krishna. And Krishna is saying, okay, finally you have come here. Okay, I'll take you. Come. So it has, prayers have so much power. Hearing has so much power. Chanting has so much power. We do not know, but it will have an effect. Even, and yesterday I heard Prabhupada lecture. Prabhupada said his Guru Maharaj, Bhakti Siddhanta Prabhupada said there is no need to be doubtful, and there is no need to be disappointed in the process of chanting and hearing. You chant and hear, you heard that, right? You chant and hear, and if nobody comes, you are sitting in a room, there are 4 walls, those 4 walls will hear. So there's no need to be disappointed. That's very encouraging.
You know that they try to hire auditorium. What happened? Did you do that program, hiring auditorium program? No, you didn't proceed with it, no?
In the college, yes, Prabhu, I did go. Right now, college is closed, and I did go. Only 2 people came, but I went. So, maybe when the program opens in fall, Lavanya is trying.
But the presentation was very interesting, Prabhu.
Which one?
So, that's
And the mind one was
not the
good.
first.
The
Mind control.
Huh.
Yes, Prabhu.
mind control. That can be very nicely presented. You show the 4 quadrants, no? Urgent, important, and all. That's great fun. You make them place it properly, it becomes an exercise. Okay.
I did go, but today we are going to temple, so 3 students are coming, and one of my neighbors.
Chalo, one more shloka we do, Preeti.
Yes, Prabhu.
Nirmam moha jiti sanga dosha.
निर्माणमोहाजितसङ्गदोषा
Adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha.
Adhyatmanitya
अध्यात्मनित्या
vinirvittikamaha
विरक्तकामा
Forget it. Signal function. Dvandvaiva mukta sukha dukkha samye.
Nandairbhutta
द्वन्द्वैर्मुक्ता
sukha dukha sanghe
सुखदुःखसंज्ञे
Gachanti amuda padamavayam ta.
gachanti
गच्छन्ति
yamudha
यमूढा पदम्
padmavam
अव्ययम् तत्.
One is free from illusion, false prestige, and false association, who understands the eternal, who is done with material lust, and is freed from the duality, happiness and distress, who knows how to surrender against this camp, and the Supreme Person attains to the eternal kingdom. Yes, who will read? Manu, who will read this?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Covered by Srila Prabhupada. The surrendering process is described here very nicely. The first qualification is that one should not be deluded by pride, because the conditioned soul is puffed up, thinking himself the lord of material nature. It is very difficult for him to surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should know by the cultivation of real knowledge that he is not Lord of material nature. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the Lord. When one is free from delusion caused by pride, he can begin the process of surrender. For one who is always expecting some honor in this material world, it is not possible to surrender to the Supreme Person. Pride is due to illusion, for although one comes here, stays for a brief time, and then goes away, he has the foolish notion that he is the lord of the world. He thus makes all things complicated, and he is always in trouble. The whole world moves under this impression. People are considering that the land, this earth, belongs to the human society, and they have divided the land under the false impression that they are the proprietors. One has to get out of this false notion that human society is the proprietor of this world. When one is freed from such a false notion, he becomes free from all the false association caused by familial, social, and national affections. These fake associations bind one to this material world. After this stage, one has to develop spiritual knowledge. One has to cultivate knowledge of what is actually his own and what is actually not his own. And when one has an understanding of things as they are, he becomes free from all dual conceptions, such as happiness and distress, pleasure and pain. He becomes full in knowledge. Then it is possible for him to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So this shloka adds up what we are discussing. Professor surrendering process described here very nicely. Okay, one by one. Nirmala Mataji, what is how do you get out of false prestige?
The
Pride.
first one that we should not.
How do you get out of it?
How do we get out of false prestige?
The pride.
I think coming to know. I think coming to know that we are not boss of something. We are servant of somebody.
Yeah. See there in the top, no? Pride into illusion. We are there for a short time. Still we have foolish notion that I am the Lord. Prabhupada gives an example, no? You people came to America and they killed all the Red Indians. And what kind of Indians were they? Red Indians, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
And they killed all of them, slaughtered them, and made place for themselves. Correct? So, and then somebody else will come, kill them, and he will stay. So, but temporarily everybody feels he is a Lord. So that is the foolish notion. He is a Lord. So Prabhupada first, he says very nicely. Unless he can get out of the way, it comes. I just read that. That person has to, he's seeking some kind of honor. See. For one who is expecting some honor in the material world. Correct? We are always seeking honor. I should go somewhere, people should all get up, they should all fall at my feet. Very nice one devotee told me that when you should go to some place, you should feel that all the public will get up take the slippers and beat your head. Yeah. Actually, we are like that, you know. And therefore, when we go somewhere, and we have such ahankara, I tell you, when we go somewhere, it happens when you go to Mayapur. In our temple, maybe wherever I go, people get up, Prabhuji, Prabhuji, they are chanting also, they get up, they fold their hand, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. You start drinking all that ahankara. And then I go to Mayapur, I see nobody even notices me. So I don't know why I get so angry. I realize I'm feeling very angry because when you feel so in our heart, we start appetite. Just like maybe I don't know, Manoj also maybe having, he's a senior person. Preeti is also a doctor. So many nurses. Doctors, the protocol is very high. Engineers don't have so much protocol. Doctor comes to the ward, means all nurses, PGs, what your UGs, all will run. True, it's like that.
It is like that, yes.
And suppose you go somewhere, maybe even a bigger hospital, say you land up, and there nobody notices you. You start understanding suddenly, and you're feeling angry because your appetite, unconsciously, an appetite is there in your system. And you become aware of that. You become very conscious. You're drinking the respect that was coming to you in your small well. And when you go to Mayapur, it's like an ocean, and then nobody knows you. And people don't even recognize you. Pujari sees you, and he just sees somebody else, he doesn't say, oh, Hare Krishna Prabhu, so nice to see you. He may not know you. You are a small ant in a big ocean. So it's very nice. So expecting some honor, I did have some realization. Okay? We should not, and once you're expecting honor in this world, you cannot advance. Rather, you should feel, if I go to an assembly where Vaishnavas are there, and if they notice me, not only they should neglect me, they should rather get up, go outside, look for their slippers, and hit my head with it. Such a useless fellow. Then actually, he has actually understood what I am fit for. Sometimes we say, no, Prabhu, I am very fallen, very fallen. But actually, it becomes like a fashion. But actually, somebody starts saying you are a really idiot, a fallen person, we get very hurt. That saying that I am very fallen, that is another ahankara. And because I feel, Prabhupada, somebody went to Prabhupada, they said, Prabhupada, I am the most fallen. You know what Prabhupada replied? Preeti?
No, Prabhu, I don't know.
Prabhupada said, you are most nothing. Because Prabhupada understood that is also some ahankara, most fallen. Now Prabhupada said, you are nothing, you are nothing, you are most nothing. You are useless. He wanted to actually bring to the devotee. Don't just say it artificially. When we say I'm most fallen, I really mean it. So isn't it? We say among devotees, always in association, the Prabhuji, don't say that I'm most fallen. I'm totally fallen. That's okay. But just take 2 minutes and somebody goes somewhere, hey, you're an idiot or what? Then you become very angry. Become very angry. Actually, I'm just saying that is also, ahankara. I'm very humble. That is not a humility, that's ahankara, that I'm very humble. So this is line, I think for me it is very important, expecting some honor in the material world. Okay? If somebody is expecting honor, Prabhupada is saying it is not possible for you to then surrender to the Supreme Person. You'll not be able to surrender if you are expecting some honor, expecting. Prabhupada said humility he defines, now we read in the previous chapter, humility is defined as not expecting any honor in this world. That is really humble. Many people are humble.
Giving all honor.
And they are so gentle. But in the heart they're expecting great honor. So that's gently speaking is another honor, ahankara. So that should be. Prabhupada is saying here, pride is due to illusion. Yeah, Preeti, what about how do you say fake association? False association or fake association, the next thing.
Oh, so Prabhupada explains it. Prabhu, I'm sorry to go back. Prabhu, can I tell one story from Christianity about you're nothing? Like I heard from the sannyasis in the temple.
Because most of the sannyasis come from Christian background, so they will be able to eliminate the tell. And you are living also in a Christian
So
country.
there is one
Yeah.
Saint Francis. There is one cult called Saint Francis. So he was a warrior. But then he found out that it's all worthless. So he became a saint. So he had in Christianity, I think they called each other brothers. So he had some brothers in the church, and he asked that what is the most happy thing in spirituality? What is the most happiness? What do you feel is this is the ultimate happiness that we can have? So somebody said chanting, somebody said hearing, somebody said singing in the choir, somebody said reading, so somebody said eating, so everybody had their own conception. And then he said that the most happiness is we are in the night, it's night time, and it's snowing and it's very cold, and we go to and we see a place like bed and breakfast. There is a light coming, you heard it. we we knock on the door, and hoping that we will get shelter and food in the night because it's very cold and it's snowing a lot, and we are very hungry and we are very thirsty. Somebody opens the door, and we ask him that we need a room and some food to eat for the night, but instead he takes a stick and he starts beating us, and he leaves us outside in the snow to suffer. That time we are surrendered to the God, and only the God can save us. Now we have no other hope. So that is most happiness. He said like that in the class. I remember that. Don't think that your happiness is in getting what you think, what you want. Your happiness is in that you don't get what you want and you're left to surrender to God.
Yeah. That becomes a shloka Prabhupada says, no? When everything was taken away.
Tatyanukampa. Prabhu, can you please ask Neeraj Prabhu to tell that shloka? Because I had a class and I asked everybody to know, to remember. Lavanya remembers.
Yeah.
Tatyanukampa Shushu. Neeraj Prabhu.
हाँ वो बोल रहा भूल गया
Oh, I forgot. Prabhu, Lavanya remembers. Can she tell?
हाँ tell
Nicely, slowly.
तत्यानुकम्प सुसमीक्षमानो भुञ्जान एवात्मकृतं विपाकं हृद्वाग्वपुर्भिर्विददां नमस्ते जीवेतयो मुक्तिसदे पदे सदया भाक्.
Yes.
Daya Bhag. What is the meaning of Daya Bhag?
दया भाक्.
The liberation has become his rightful claim.
Yeah. Daya Bhag means, it becomes his right. Just like the
Rightful
property of the
claim.
father and the right of the children, correct? It becomes a Daya Bhag. It becomes his rightful inheritance. So going back to spiritual world become the rightful inheritance. When any reverse which comes, and if we take even the reverse, always anything good we take it as Krishna's kindness. Okay? It's a Krishna's mercy, I am. But suppose something very bad happens, Krishna's mercy. If you can say that, that means you will go back to the spiritual. Because you are seeing everywhere that Krishna is in full control and in act. And whatever happens, he is arranging it for my benefit. So I take it as mercy and I see how do I utilize this now. For going back to God. Just like you want to go back to God, one by one Krishna is sending you help. So whatever happens, you take it as a help. Your intention is to go back to God. So one by one things are unfolding, we take it as Krishna's kindness. Yes, Preeti? Even though difficult situation,
Yes, Prabhu.
what are the three ways it serves Krishna? Ridhavag Vapobi. What does it mean?
From the heart, from the Hridvag, from the words, from Vapur, from the words, from the heart, and from the mind,
The body.
body.
Yeah.
Body. Vapur is body.
Continuously, all the three ways is offering obeisances to Krishna. Correct? Even though he is in a most difficult position, but still Krishna, he is accepting it as Krishna's kindness. Just like Prabhupada goes to Vrindavan, he's sitting there. He lost everything that time. Prabhupada says, I would have become Billa. It was so, his business is exploding.
Chemicals.
Yeah, chemicals. And suddenly everything was taken. His factory, there was a theft, somebody took away the agency, everything was taken. Finished. In fact, I saw some of the letters Prabhupada wrote that time to some of his people to help him out. Then Prabhupada understood nobody wants to help him. He just left everything and went back to Vrindavan. Anyway, his children have grown up. they could have taken care. And wife was also coming from a wealthy community. They understood it's a time now. Let me take up my guru's mission. And anyway, they don't want. So why I want to stick around? It's a good opportunity. And he had that idea that if I die now, who will take care of my family? The Prabhupada said, Krishna will take care. So anyway, he will take care. Anyway, they took sannyas. And he came to Vrindavan. And that time in Vrindavan, Prabhupada wrote this beautiful prayer. You read that? Preeti, you got hold of the book? Shower of Compassion?
I have it, Prabhu. I
Oh,
think
you
I have
have
it.
the prayers of
I think
Prabhupada?
I have.
Okay, okay, okay.
I have one. I have
Yeah.
not. I have not looked, but I think I have it.
Okay. Maybe we sent it. I do not remember how. Because the moment I had got it, I wanted to give to everybody which I knew around. It's an amazing book. Anyway,
I will look, Prabhu. I have to go through my book pile.
yeah, it's amazing. Take care. So that is also over. We understood. False association. What are the false association? We think this word belongs to us. We divide the land. Human society, the proprietor of this word. Correct? Probably explaining that.
The fake association, Prabhu. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings in the song.
What is the song?
What is the song? E dina jagini jagire. Bhajahu re mana Shri Nanda Nandana.
Abhay Sharanara.
Bhe charanara vindare. So in that he says that, and he explains also that as the river is flowing and sometimes the two straws come together and then they get separated, like that by laws of karma we come together and then we get separated. We actually have no association, but on the basis of the body, we make the association, but actually there is no association, and that binds us. If we keep the association only limited to the bodily concept of life, which has nothing to do with the spirit soul, that will keep us in the material world, because we'll cultivate our desires on the basis of that.
Yeah, that association is based on bodily or some family relationship, and it's a fake association. Association is what which takes you to Krishna's lotus, correct? That association is not helping you, so it is a
Yes,
fake association, correct?
yes, Prabhu.
It binds us one to the. Why it is fake? Because it binds one to the material world. Okay, that is also there, no? That Pumsa Sriyamiti Nibhavameta Taravamito Idyavantuha. You know the shloka? Pumsa Sriyamiti Nibhavameta. Man and woman come together. And then Pumsa Sriyamiti Nibhavameta. Tayo Mito Hridayam Kranti Avu. By a combination, knot is tied between man and a woman. Ata Griya Shes Prapta Vittay. Then we need a house, we need a livelihood, we need children and money. And this totally other creation stuff. Janasa moya aham amiti. And we get in the mentality of I and mine, and we are lost. But totally tightly bound to this material. Yes. So next, what happens in the shloka? One aspect then coming knows how to surrender. So proper builds on this word knows. So one has to cultivate knowledge, what is actually his own, and what is actually not his own. Okay? To understand the things, Prabhupada saying very important line. One has to understand the things as they are. Today was a class, we had a very nice point. I was just reading the lecture on the 4.15 shloka, and then Prabhupada gives such a beautiful lecture on that. And I just collected some points. The first thing Prabhupada says that everybody says this is the modern world. Prabhupada asked the class, what is modern, please tell me. Sun was rising in the east, today also is rising in the east. Moon is also behaving in the same way. Previously also people are eating sleepy, today also people are eating sleepy. Please tell me what is modern, why you are cheating you, what is modern, There is no modern world, simply we are cheated. Modern world, what modern world? They are also eating, previously also they are eating. What is modern? Simply we are into delusion. And they have not progressed. Modern means advanced civilization, Aryan civilization. That is real modern civilization. And this is not Aryan civilization. This is Anarya Jushtam. When Arjuna was running away from responsibility of Kshatriya, Krishna says to Arjuna, isn't it? Anarya Jushtam. And he also has another word, which means impotent. And why you're behaving like an impotent person.
In the second chapter.
And why you're behaving like an uncivilized man. Okay, big insult actually. It's a very strong word to Arjuna. Arjuna, why you're behaving like an uncivilized person? Because so this is not a modern civilization. This is a degraded civilization. But you know this kind of mentality, they brainwash us. The post-modern era, post-neo-modern era. Somebody developed a class. That point is correct. He was trying to explain how to preach to modern day people. But at the heart, we should know there's nothing modern about them. Because then we cannot.
Neologisms.
If we feel they are very modern and advanced, then how do you preach? Rather, they are preaching to you. What's happened to the most of the people who came to America? They learned proper sales. They never gave anything. They came to America, many sannyasis, they changed their dress also. They came back in pant and shirt. What? Because they adopted modern. And Prabhupada says, the shloka comes, very nicely shloka. He says, Purvai, Purvai, Purvai. 3 times in the shloka, Purvai, Purvatara, Purvai. The Prabhupada said, yes, take it as given by the great acharyas. Don't get cheated by this model. We follow the great acharyas. You may call us a primitive, but you're not primitive. Okay? And therein lies mumukshibihi, our liberation. Follow the great acharya, there where liberation comes. So we should see the things as they are. We should see things good, correct? People say modern civilization. We should see things as they are. Don't be rigid. We should not get cheated by propaganda in the society. See? Propaganda is a modern word. You understood there is no God. First thing, there is nothing modern. Sun is rising still in the east. The moon is behaving in the same way. Seasons are coming in the same way. And people are still eating and sleeping the way they were doing before us. That's why what happens, you want to go to America. We think it's a modern country. What is modern? Actually, when you go there, you get bored. Isn't it, Preeti? Manoj? You're all in the
Yes.
advanced civilization. Huh?
No, very, very bored, Prabhuji.
Huh?
No.
Tell some
Very
realization.
bored.
They are hearing these
Yeah,
people in India. Huh? Mithun had
yeah,
a
bored,
wonderful
Prabhuji.
realization. I first
No.
thought
This is
Mithun.
not advanced civilization.
Mithun had a wonderful realization because all the boys in the college have excitement to go to Infosys. He went there, he had a torture for 2 years. He told they made me do work of IQ only 10 IQ work, and I got disgusted and I ran away. And there was a rat race. I was very nicely hearing it that day. They do work which is so dull work, which even a child can do, and there is a rat race among those children. It's so disgusting. Then, what you had an experience was a different experience when you came to England. They gave you exciting, challenging work.
Prabhuji asking me?
Ah.
No, Prabhuji, I mean, it's all right. So trying to make sense of out of nothing. Right. So try to impress the party that it is wonderful, this, that, but actually it's about making money out of the clients.
That doctors also do. But Prabhupada says, yesterday I was hearing one conversation. Preeti, I've been enjoying. Manoj, you have Prabhupada conversations?
Book, Prabhuji, no, I
Online.
don't.
No, conversations, audios. You can download.
Online, yes.
Manoj, you can download it there in the net because you have a good internet.
Yes, Prabhuji, I do listen to Prabhupada's lecture. Yeah.
Yeah, this is something very special which I have been enjoying many days. Again, I came back to that conversation. It's so amazing. Prabhupada is talking to the devotees. It is so nice. Every day morning walk used to go around with them. And many times they take role of a scientist and they speak in atheistic way. And Prabhupada keeps telling, rascal, shut up, and all will laugh, all will laugh. Prabhupada keeps banging. And he will also be laughing in the Prabhupada is banging, but he'll not give it up. No, where is the proof? You simply, and Prabhupada is using pure logic there. It doesn't use Shastra. Because scientists, there is no use of using a Shastra. He uses logic. And Prabhupada wins over in the logical argument. It's so fun. And devotees enjoy it so much, so much. Somehow you get hold of the conversations, Manoj. Okay? If you cannot,
Okay, Prabhuji.
I'll give you the link where you can download all. Yeah. So
Okay.
it'll give you more experience.
Prabhu, from the doctor point of view, I've seen that if you look at the medical care that they give, it's super excellent. There is no comparison. There is no question of matching. There is no comparison to what we used to do in India. But I got and the type of diseases that we handle are not even heard. Those children don't even live what we are having over here. But I got convinced with one thing, that no matter what you can do, no matter how much you can try to save somebody from suffering, they die. So and they prolong the suffering. Some people are suffering so much that they actually are now having question in the medical ethics, that should we be even doing so much for them, because at the end the data is showing that they are not living. So it's like more suffering. You see more suffering than what we see over there. So the suffering part, I'm fully convinced. So
You can
there
see.
is a lot of suffering.
Yeah, in America also suffering is there, huh? Because no, people think there is no suffering.
More.
People are
It's
enjoying this
more because
all the time, huh? But we talk about
we don't let
Vaikuntha,
them die.
huh? Yeah, we don't let them.
Because we don't let them die, so they suffer.
Yeah, that's why I think Prabhupada said, "Don't take me to the hospital in the last part of my life." You know that? When they asked Prabhupada the last wish, "Don't take him to the hospital." He gave warned them. Prabhupada was so bright and so careful about everything he had planned 100 years before. As it, you know, they asked Prabhupada, "Any last wish?" Yeah, don't take me to the hospital immediately. What doctors will do? So he said, "Please don't take it to the hospital."
I don't want to go to the hospital when I'm dying. So it's so bad.
Yeah, very few people have that wish. And many times it has happened, you know, from the hospital, the doctor can't do anything and they rush the person, the devotee back to the temple. And it's unfortunate he dies when the devotee is praying for him. Okay, so we have to use our brain and see things as they are. Okay, then we become free from the dual conception of happiness, distress, and all. Because this is just dual. Dvanda moha nirmukta. And the duality comes because of illusion. Okay? We cannot be firmly situated in Krishna's service unless when we are seeing the duality. When you're looking for some gratification, then it is hot or it is cold. Then is honor, there is dishonor. Okay? Now there is pain, there is no pain. But when you are just thinking of serving Krishna and you are free from illusion that you are not the body, then you can actually surrender to Krishna. The shloka is no, Yesham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmana. Yes. You note down. Te tvandamo nirmuktam bhajante mam dhiravrata. If you want to serve Krishna with full determination, you should be free from all dualities. And so this happiness, distress, pleasure, pain are called dualities. When you are free from dual conception, Prabhupada say he becomes full in knowledge. And it is possible for him to surrender to the Supreme Personality. Then it is possible. So Lavanya Mataji, you will summarize the process of surrender.
First, we have to get out of our false pride.
Yes. And what is the pride? How do you get out of pride?
What is pride?
How do
The
you
same, the one which we discussed before, like we.
Yeah, purpose
Sorry,
gives
what,
us how to get out of pride. We stay for some small time
Get
and we go away. Okay? We can come out of the pride.
Mm-hmm.
We know we are so insignificant. Really, any day kicked out of this world. What is to be proud of? Correct? If you're proud, don't die, no? Let us see how special you are. You are crushed by the wheel of time and how we are proud of what we are proud. Okay, chalo. Keep developing. Any other realization you have? How do you get up pride? Because that's the biggest problem Prabhupada is saying. They're expecting some honor in this world. Honor. Yeah, mm-hmm. So we should introspectively analyze why I'm expecting honor. What is special about me? I'm nothing. I don't even know I'm the soul. I don't even know I've left Krishna's service. I'm completely lost in the material ocean. I'm full of material desires, and I'm going to take birth again and again in this world. And full of so many embarrassing desires harass me all the time. What I'm proud of all about. Correct, Manoj? Any realization how not to be proud? Manoj can help us. You're always so soft and humble. Anyway, what you should let us know the
Prabhu-
significance. Ah,
Yeah, Prabhuji, one way is to look at the history and look at how big the kings like Ravana and Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana were, and in the end, they were all their things were taken away, and they ended in so much pain, and uh, they didn't utilize their lives. So we should look at that, and even modern times we see that there are big business people, and when the story ends, somebody takes over and it moves on like that. So it's nothing. We should use our time for the real purpose.
so we can see the history. Many big empires have been smashed. Correct.
Yes,
Actually, one place, Preeti, you know that that's the example comes of that prostitute who surrenders to Haridas Thakur. The proper writes a very sweet purport. Proper says that you should all remember, all of you have been saved from a very wretched condition like the prostitute. You read the purport?
No,
Proper says
don't
that
remember.
forget that from a very degraded position may have been pulled out. But always, Proper says, you should remember that it will make you humble. You know, we should know, we should be very accept the reality what we were. Correct. Then we become very humble. You know, think I'm very proud. हाँ बड़ा proud हो. दारू पीता था, ये करता था, वो करता था. Then you become immediately humble. Yeah. I'm very fallen person. Just like Haridas Thakur always was meditating on that. You know, I was an outcast and I was in a very degraded this thing to keep himself humble. So we should always. This is a reality now. It's a reality. It's not an illusion. It's a fact. That we were into abominable sinful activities, and it's only mercy of Krishna we have been saved because that can also keep us humble. And we know that we are totally in the grips of Maya, totally in the control of the laws of material nature, and we can be thrown anywhere. Then again, we can be humble. Any other reason, Preeti, we can be free from pride? So important.
Prabhu, I have to go back to a class. I heard a class, and there are like 3 or 4 ways of becoming humble.
Yes, tell me.
Uh,
Whatever you remember, you
that's
tell.
Oh, so one is that we hear from the acharyas, and they show us the mirror. They show us the real position of the living entity, and that may make somebody humble.
Yes. Okay.
Other is
Wait. Let us understand properly. The first thing is, uh, what is that you said?
hearing from the acharyas,
Hearing
the
from
realized soul.
yeah, the position of the soul, how it's rotating cycle of birth and death. Correct. We have become pig so many times, become worm in the stool so many times, we become Brahma so many times. We have been, just been thrown here and there in the cosmos. So we are very small, like the piece of grass being thrown by the waves. Yeah. Next.
Other is that we commit a mistake and then we feel guilty about it, and that can make us humble. For example, you're driving on the road and you did not take care, and you did an accident and somebody had a severe damage. So it's a guilty. So next time you be more humble and more careful. That is another way of becoming humble.
Very nice. So
That we broke a regulative principle.
digest no. Preeti, let us digest what you're telling. Second thing is that we know we do mistakes. We are so proud of ourselves, but we can be conscious of the four defects of the conditioned soul. Okay? Be conscious that I'm so limited and I make so many mistakes, which can make us really humble. We can meditate that how many times we have made mistakes, and that it can show us a reality. Because we have to see things as they are. We are not superficially being humble. We are actually being humble, seeing the reality that I do make major blunders. Yes, very nice too. And third,
Uh, Prabhu, I think this is the last one I remember. Third is that you should look at whenever the pride is entering into the system, we should look for somebody who is more superior to us in that position. For example, one may be very proud that 40, I have made 40 people devotees because of my association, so many. So immediately we should find out a person
Narada
whom
Muni
we
did
can
10,000
relate.
devotees by one shloka. Correct? And Narada Muni, you know that no? He told only 10 one shloka to the sons of Daksha, and they all became
La,
devotees.
10,000
Yeah,
people.
10,000
Yes,
people.
Prabhu.
Let us see what kind of preacher are.
Yes, yes.
Just one shloka. Just told them one shloka, and they all, you know, you know,
10,000 sons.
yeah.
Then 1,000 more.
And then another second 1,000 more. And then he went to deliver his father also, Daksha. He thought, let me deliver him also. Because already he had delivered the parents of Daksha, the Prachetas were delivered. Yeah, and then the father of the Pracheta, the Prachina Parishad, he had delivered. So you're thinking, whole generation is delivered, only this fellow is remaining. Let me deliver him also. But Daksha is Daksha. He wants to enjoy the sense gratification. And he curses Narada instead of, and he tells Narada, I'm the real spiritualist. You are not. That's what we hear mostly from the parent or devotees. Same thing. I'm a real religious man. I'm doing my dharma. I'm doing this. I'm doing. Narada, Narada makes his own children into devotees. Then his father is really happy. He goes to it. Father is so angry. Prabhupada says the same curse of Daksha is the parents of devotees in America have given me. I can't stay in a place more than 3 days. Like that. He says that. You know that?
Mhm.
The Daksha curses Narada, you'll not be able to stay in
We
one
have
place.
read. Yes, Prabhu. We
That
have
itself
read
is
in the.
yeah, you can destination travel.
You read right? Yes, Prabhu. We have read in Bhagavatam. It's fifth canto, last part, last shloka before the canto ends. Yes, Prabhu. Uh,
Beautiful.
I'm also cursed, and I want my disciples to take this curse so that I can sit at one place in life.
Yeah, and many devotees do that. But I had a small meditation on that. I was feeling was that in that doing traveling and preaching, to particular when the symptoms of old age come, I think we should sit down then. Because Acharya is a different stage. Prabhupada kept traveling. And I was reading recently. Are you getting the mail by Chitralekha Devidasi?
No. No,
Okay.
Prabhu.
I have to share. I've shared in WhatsApp, but I've not shared on Facebook. She said the Prabhupada, the last visit comes to England, and they keep Prabhupada in front of Radha Nandinishwara.
Yeah, he was going to Gita Nagari actually.
And he
Then he
never,
got.
yeah, Gita Nagiri wanted to come and teach the Varnashrama. That was his target. So he left for us some service, and we are not able to figure out 50 years are over. So that is how
Oh no,
integration.
Prabhu. Actually, I go to Gita Nagari, so they have taken that part, that statement from Veda base. They discuss it every time we go there.
I'm saying devotees are trying, but what do you say? A strong, big Varnashram community is still waiting. It has not come. Now, what happens next? So he's in London temple, no, and his health is so bad that he was taken back to India. You know that? Why they
Yes,
put
Prabhu.
glasses? Why they said they had put glasses in front of Prabhupada's eyes, dark glasses. When somebody is very sick, you put dark glasses also.
No, I don't know. Depends on what is the problem.
Yeah, maybe you are very sick. Maybe when the light, strong light disturbs. Anyway, they had put some glasses.
Yes.
So they kept Prabhupada in front of the Radha Nandanishwara, and they removed the glasses so the Prabhupada could see that. And then Prabhupada looked at the deities, and it's a few minutes, the pin drop silence. And he was looking with so much love, with tears rolling down his eyes. Dude, just looking at Prabhupada, looking at the deities, looking at Prabhupada, looking at the deities. Just see. So therefore, Acharya like that, even though he did not speak much, even just his visit and seeing his love for Krishna, it's a big grace for the devotees. But I think for us, we should rather prepare to leave the world. Just like I was telling you, a genius till the last minute can travel around, and he can just enter examination hall and get 100% marks. So Prabhupada is in that position, but we should not try to imitate the Acharya. We should take care of our own spiritual life at that moment. Correct? Better save ourselves instead of, and that is also the program of Krishna. Correct? And Prabhupada says that
Mhm.
don't try to imitate personality like Narada. Sit down and any suitable place, sit down and read and chant. And when the symptoms of old age appear, I feel that is for us. For Acharya, yes, Prabhupada kept traveling to the last day. Okay. ठीक है done Preeti for the day.
Yes, Prabhu. I only know these three ways, but I have a lecture I will hear and come back
Yeah,
again.
that's nice. That's nice.
He
So
needs to become humble.
yeah, becoming humble and becoming free from pride. not expecting honor in this world. We should not be expecting honor in this world. And it should be realized. Realize humility. What we need is, one devotee said very nicely, I remember. Realize humility. We should have a realized humility. Actually, it should be realized. It is not just a statement or theoretical, it's a realized humility. Then we can become quickly advanced. That is, it's actually realized. Tarorapi Salushana Amani Namanidena Kirtane Sada. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai.
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 Gita ki.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Thank
Manoj
you.
Prabhu, thank you. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Manoj.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.